They're fucking funny as shit. Especially when they're tiny little chicks. You take them up like that, and they're tiny little fucking things that just look at you like, eee.
Who?
Fine.
What? Where?
What are you talking about?
Who? When?
Who what?
Who?
This is some fucking stupid joke, I swear to God.
It is. It's the owls are like who?
Oh yeah, it's
But
true.
why? But why?
There's also another animal that lives nearby, and it goes.
Murloc? Is it? Are you talking about an Elliot?
An Elliot? What?
He's kind of like a Murloc. Yeah, you know, whenever he enters a Discord call, there's that sound of him going.
Yeah. No, I specifically mean the turkeys. They're fucking funny. If you do that, by the way, if you ever in a group of turkeys do that fucking sound, they're gonna keep doing it with you. Especially if it's a males. You know why?
Why?
You're basically turning on the females.
What the fuck?
That's the problem. And then the males get jealous, so they try to do it louder than you. That's why there's a back and forth. So if you ever see people having that, it's not that they're communicating with you. It's that you're basically saying I have a bigger dick than yours, and that one's saying I have a bigger dick than you. That's literally it.
Yeah, I don't wanna turn on animals. I'm good.
When you're around a bunch of turkeys, you'll find it's very difficult to not try that shit because it's funny as fuck. Just because the sounds, right? But whenever I see people do this, they're like, oh wow, I can communicate with the thing. I'm like,
Listen,
no, you're not actually communicating with this thing.
I think I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah, but I still find it's funny when people say, oh, I'm communicating with this bird. It's like, no, you're not communicating with the bird, actually. You are. Basically, what you are doing is the bird equivalent of taking your cock out, except that you don't understand it. Yeah.
Take your cock out for Harambe.
Sure thing. The conceptual, it counted. Man, people are still talking about the fucking dumbass Trump coin. What the fuck? Personally, I think that's kind of funny. Let's see what the comments are. I drove through a crowd of 50 turkeys yesterday. The instinct to gobble at them is to slow them down to shoot them. What the fuck? Whoa!
Wow.
Jesus Christ, that one escalated quickly. And somebody else is like, I think I'm fine. Basically, she's mocking you. That's fucking funny. No crypto token is mine. I don't have one. I'm not sure if I will.
Neither do I.
You're in the US. Geese, this is from Mo Benedia. Here in the US, geese are the alpha birds. They're literally assholes that feel entitled, blocking roads and terrorizing humans, walking around the ponds, minding their own business. That's true, actually.
They're very territorial, yeah. Canada geese, especially.
I'm about to show you who is more territorial. My foot. Just kidding. My boss has roosters. She gifted me a mug that says I like big cocks. What? Jesus Christ. He's like, what? That's great. I got bit by one at 3, Nemesis since. Oof. Bit by Canadian geese.
They chased me around the park when I was like 6 or 7.
You got chased, but that makes sense.
Dude.
You know, that's so funny because what they do is they like put their wings out, like they have these long ass fucking necks that they just poke out like this. And they go, ah! It's so stupid. I didn't think if I see that in real life, I could take that seriously.
Yeah. Not anymore when you're an adult, but when you're a kid, it's kind of terrifying. when you're really little.
So I ask me, how on earth does Adrian know this shit? I just do, because you have to ask yourself, what does this mean? Oh my god, yeah, somebody just like put the goose down. Come at me, bro. Oh my god. They have they do the curvy neck too. It's like really fucked up. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
No, you don't want to mess with those things, man. They'll pick you up.
Yeah, Elliot knows.
Did he hold grudges by any chance?
Do they hold? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Fucking run at you.
I will cause the goose civil war. Okay, that's what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna win.
I'm a visual learner. Thanks
They
for that.
charge at you.
Oh my god.
Scary.
Someone says so. Alien cat girls are okay, but the turkey call is the line in the sand.
Wow. Hey, that's a point. That's a point. Just for context, for those who may have not been there. Yesterday, we were discussing about which types of aliens would technically be okay for out of the fuck. And so I was asking him, what kind of human? No. That was true. That's exactly. No, that's exactly what he said. We were asking, if an alien came down, you had to fuck the alien. Well, how human is it supposed to look? And we were trying to extract the preferences, and it was very specific.
Well, this is some untouched territory, isn't it?
Oh no, we touched on it quite a lot. I hope Blythe, have you made a clip by any chance just for us perfectly?
No.
I mean, I could if I look back.
No, we're good.
Don't publish it, but it's funny as fuck. That was the funniest fucking conversation. Everybody else was losing their minds, like, what the fuck is happening? This is when the autism runs unchecked.
Yeah,
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, I understand.
Dude, Anna's just dying over there. He's like, no.
Listen.
Well, he doesn't want it published. So
The most important thing is how human are you, and how intelligent you are. The turkey is not intelligent, and it does not look human.
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? The context here was doing it with an alien, and now we went to turkeys because of the fact that if you made that sound, you're basically engaging in the mating call type behavior with that specific bird.
No,
By the way, birdie dum dum.
We don't want that shit with birds.
What do you mean? Are you gonna piss off the bird boyfriend? Perfect timing.
yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah,
Someone's asking if you're Elon.
yeah, by the way, that sound from the soundboard, that is one mythical cock.
Wait, which one? Which one is the mythical cock?
What you just played, right? The chicken sound? Only cocks do that, so that's a mythical cock.
I played it, yeah.
It has
Adrian, how do you know
the
this
purple
shit?
beam above it. Mythical rarity.
Hey, what do you mean, how do I know this shit?
How do you know that fucking turkeys have a mating call? And if you make that shit, you're fucking competing with them.
Well, in my defense, nothing ever good starts with that, by the way. Anyways, no. When you are seeing a bunch of humans interacting with animals in a way that normally animals never would, by the way, they don't like interacting with humans, and they somehow do it and it works, you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why does the turkey respond? What's going on there? What's going on inside of its fucking head? It doesn't like humans. It prefers not to interact with humans. But in this case, it fucking does. Why is this?
Here's the thing, though. I don't give a fuck about what the turkey thinks. The turkey is simply food. The
I'd
turkey
love
is
to
just
know what
food.
the turkey thinks, actually. That'd be very funny.
No, the turkey's just food. I don't give a fuck about what it thinks.
No, damn, the turkey's just food? He's gonna
Wow, this one's escalating. This one is one of those fast ones.
You ever seen a
Okay,
turkey
so-
at the zoo? Them shits are massive, bro. I wouldn't want to mess with one.
No, you don't understand. You should mess with fucking ostriches.
Nah, dude, they run fast. They're like 60 kilometers
Yeah,
per
dude, they
hour.
come at you with their little fucking head that looks like the thing you do with your sock in the hand.
I know. It's funny until you
They
get punched in the
peck
face
you.
by an
They
ostrich.
peck
Okay?
you like that. The only way to stop one of those things is to grab it by the neck. That is literally one of the only ways to stop. You're not
How do
supposed to
you
kick it. You're not supposed to do anything. How do I know this? Reasons, okay? There's like very
Have you
good.
ever
Okay,
pissed off an ostrich before?
no, but I know people that have, and this is how they deal with it. Even in Australia, there's like this very specific fucking bird. I'm not sure what it's called. Is it the emu? Emu? I think it's the emu. Yeah. There's this thing that fucking can peck your head in. It's a real piece of shit. Only way to deal with it? The neck.
Oh my god. Someone has a mug.
What?
And like, look at that. Look at the mug. Look at the.
Wait, did they actually post mark picture?
Look at a recent reply.
Marvelous. That is marvelous. That is absolutely marvelous. That is peak. Let me share that to the space real quick. That is fantastic. Look at this shit. That is insane.
Okay,
That
how
is
much for one of
wonderful.
these? How much for one of these?
How much for one of these? Yeah, that is great, isn't it? It's remarkable.
Wow. Oda, can you buy me this for my birthday, please? I would love this mug.
No.
You're not gonna buy him a cock mug?
Dude, this would make my day.
If somebody took this out of context, wild. We need somebody to take like everything that's being said here out of context, especially when it's like a random short take that's very good, makes everybody laugh. Like we need to take those takes specifically and like every month
Imagine like
and just have like the conversation out of context.
Yeah, the conversation.
Yeah, just like an Adrian Spaces bloopers that we need to push up once a month. That'd be great.
That's exactly, man. Yeah.
Cock mug.
That's what I'm saying, man.
We need to turn that into a soundboard. Oda's like dark voice saying cock mug.
Yeah, you already have one of mine, which is like, mommy, feed me. That one seems to freak everybody out for no reason. I don't understand that. But it's not fun. By the way, the guy who's requesting right now, you are not going to come up here. How dare you even do that without following me, first of all? And then second of all, I already know you're going to show your fucking crypto up here because you haven't posted anything constructive within the last couple days. And you're hosting a fucking space about the Trump token that's going to shit. Fuck off. Why monkey pictures? The same but different. The macaque. Yeah, those things are.
Adrian is an animal sexologist.
That is so fucked up.
What was that word you used again? What was that?
Fuck, he said sexologist.
A sexologist. What's that? Help me
I'm not
understand.
gonna explain that. I was jealous of the cock mug because it's bigger than. What the fuck?
This is some dangerous territory, Adrian. Better be careful.
I love like the unbiased voice that you're giving. It's fucking fantastic.
What unbiased voice?
Whichever with the previous.
The previous one? Oh man, forgot.
Wonderful.
Anyway, most animals are food. So we don't really care.
Actually, any animal is food if you're brave enough.
I don't know about that.
And we just lost 15 people.
Dude, hear me out. Spiders.
And we just lost another 30 people.
I'm good.
Hear me out, spiders. They're basically land crabs. That's actually true though. They're direct fluid, like
So
they're related to just
past 10
fighters.
seconds, we just went from 615 to 596. GG's.
It's fine. Now,
Cockroach.
no, that's too far. I'll draw the line at the cockroach unless you're willing to eat one.
No, I'm not gonna eat one ever.
You know you got one. Much fun with bare hands. I'm willing to flatten that shit with my bare hands. So cold. I feel indifferent about it. You know, you have to like get the proper sanitization out there. There's never going to be a day where I'm not going to cook you for this, by the way.
Fuck off.
It's so funny. It's the methodology by which you like that you're describing and choosing to like deal with this very specific threat is just absolutely hilarious. This biological intruder. Well, I mean, look who's talking. I was the guy who dealt with a biological intruder by setting it on fire. Yeah, remember that?
Did it scream?
No, Blythe. Pull up the clip of incinerating a cockroach.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yes, we do have that, in fact. That exists.
Wait, you said what on fire again?
A cockroach. There was a cockroach remover.
It was just one?
Yeah, of course it was just one. There might have been another one nearby, I'm not sure, but that was the one that was there.
You might
Eliminated.
want to get your house checked out there.
I don't think so. It's perfectly fine. If there's another one nearby, I'm going to eradicate that one too. Look, I'm not into this cockroach. Yeah, that was me incinerator and cockroach.
What is this?
Put it in the space. Put it in the space.
Okay, I'll fit it.
He's an archive of clips.
This is true.
So people can look at that shit. Yeah.
Alright, should be there now.
Nice.
What the hell does this even mean?
What does what mean?
I'm gonna send you this message. What the fuck does this even mean?
My great-grandpa's favorite dish was squirrel dumplings. What the fuck?
What? You said what dumplings?
What the fuck?
So you're telling me that you made dumplings out of squirrel meat?
Swirl meat in them, I'm assuming. Yeah.
But how would that taste? Would that
What
taste?
did you say?
I sent it off to you.
What? Wait, hold up. What? How would that taste sweet? Explain that one to me.
It would taste sweet because the squirrels are really light and cute, so therefore it is sweet.
What the fuck? Should do more software programming, 100%. It's making you worse. Little did you know. Oh, that's the insanity I'm after. Now I understand why he's seen as so insane. It's all about the fucking software programming. Look, this is what C++ does to a person. Fuck's sake.
It's what C does too. Where is it?
Sorry. I was trying to get it intentionally wrong so it triggered people. Okay, let me check this.
This is what getting obsessed with PTX 125-bit, 128-bit load does to a person. That's what it does.
The extermination adventures, including, of course, fellow teammates, because you put that shit on the ground, the fellow teammate will to the fire. Well, guess what? That motherfucker dies. Also, so,
Gotta be careful. Put that flame
yeah, and if somebody
And you say this is before, I don't know,
$200.
Good. It's not gonna be not a flamethrower. It's gonna be an actual flamethrower, but with the.
Adrian.
Yes.
Adrian, I'm gonna send you a link.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No?
Oh my god. See what I'm saying? Oh.
Dude, when we get this flamethrower company going, we're just gonna go through all the cockroach houses, exterminate them, and just have a food source. You know what I mean? We're going to clean them, of course, because that would be like you would die if you just ate them raw. But yeah, I mean, this is feasible. We got to get some butter in there too. And cook it on a cast iron pan.
Butter?
Dude, I cooked. I made 2 steaks over my.
This is worse than me now. Holy shit.
I made 2 steaks on a cast iron pan here with butter, and they were both great.
I was also with butter.
We're used to having usually me and my dad cook barbecue steaks at home. Shout out to an audience there. And yeah, we do barbecue steaks usually. And I started making them on a cast iron pan, and it's actually pretty good. I had some sirloin steaks from the grocery outlet here, and it was it feels really good when you make your own and then you eat it too with butter. You slap some extra butter on the side even after it's cooked, and it's just like
The side of butter.
Yes, exactly.
Butter on the side.
Fucking hell, dude.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, I'm advised by people here not to eat red meat, but who cares? It's a steak, man. Take it or leave it.
No, you should always eat red meat. Red meat is good for you.
Red meat is the scorpions on a stick and seahorses on it. Whoa!
Those people are retarded.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
As long as you change the visualization of your food, that will help, be able to eat it no matter what it is, right?
I heard there's good steak. I heard there's a good snake restaurant in the US to be able to go to.
Snake restaurant.
Grind it up. Snake restaurant. Yes, bro.
Snack.
I like snakes.
Why do French people eat
Frogs.
frogs?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that one out myself, and I can't figure it out. You know, I'm European, in fact, so that was my name. I can't fucking figure it out.
I can't quite figure that one out.
But I know for a fact that calling people out on this, like specifically French people, is almost like a slur to them to a certain extent as well. So some of the Germans say sometimes, well, I'm not sure if they're doing it anymore because they've been super liberalized recently, but like when they do in fact muster up the courage to call them certain things, then they sometimes refer to the French's desire to eat frogs, yes, in various contexts. This is peak European racism, by the way.
Would love me a frog right now, for real.
No, peak European racism is gypsies.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Basically, nobody likes these people. That's the problem. No matter which nation that they go to, nobody likes the gypsies. It's insane. Not really sure what's going on there, but yeah, that's always been the problem. I have a telescope that I may look at the stars. It's gonna be great.
Like an actual telescope or a neogen telescope? Which one?
No, like an actual telescope.
Cool, I used to have one when I was a kid. They're pretty cool.
I have not used new.
Elliot, what the fuck have you been doing recently? Like, what's your?
That's a good question.
So you're still at that place. So
Yeah, right now I'm just chilling in the main house right now. Everybody else is like either working or sleeping.
are you like planning on staying this long, or is that like a recent development that actually is like, oh hey man, this is actually kind of good. I'm gonna stay late.
Yeah, I was gonna stay until the 12th, but then things kind of like went better than expected. So it's like, okay, I'll just stay for longer. It's not like California's going to enforce that or anything.
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, if it burns down,
So I got an interview with XAI shortly, and like starting tomorrow, there's like a series of interviews. And if I could do that, then I'll probably just like stay here, to be honest.
congrats, man. Congrats. I would shake your hand, but we're online, so
Yes.
congrats. Hope you make it, man.
Hopefully working on kernels there, making Grok 3 faster.
Sick.
Adrian.
Yeah, what's up?
Adrian.
Yeah.
Actually, I should check first.
Is that going to culminate in a message to Signal? Because I have to run to my office.
Yeah.
All right,
dude. Is this a real account?
The fuck is this? Definitely not. There's no way. No.
Are you sure? Because that's the only account I could find on the platform.
That's impossible. This can't be. That's why?
Because they're requesting.
There's no way that's I will have to do some more research. Hold up. Let's see.
Alright.
Let's see. No, there's no way. It's impossible. Doesn't seem to exist on that platform. Nah, it's not real. Can't be. Yeah, he does not exist on the platform, no. That's not real.
Right.
So it's impossible. There's just no way. If there was, they'd tag him. His wife is on there, though. Her name is Catherine. There you go. So yeah, so I've seen what's this? Let's see. Yo, what shit have I seen here? Jesus Christ. Why do people shill the coins? I don't understand this. This makes sense to me. Why are you doing this? Do you like pyramid scheme? Because you're accelerating them. Fuck you.
Bear markets create Bitcoiners. Bitcoiners create bull markets. Bull markets create shitcoiners, and shitcoiners create bear markets.
Yep.
Yeah, we know.
The lawyer cat said that. Like, I guess that's a good one.
Yeah, I posted the meme on Discord.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Meme recycling. Except Lawyer Cat stole not just the meme, but he stole contents of the meme. You sicko, you.
The more you think about it, the more you realize that memes are the absolute best form of compression.
That is true. Yes. Only you could apply this exact logic to our algorithms.
Dude, like if you could come, if you were about to achieve the same like lossless compression of memes with neural nets, dude, like we would already like be on Mars, like automated. Like humans would have no purpose if we could do that.
Yeah.
Our friend seems to think it's a bug that the way that video is working, infinite trigger bug with the necklace that he's wearing. He said he's going to research it for us because he's talking to his friend who's Japanese, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, he's researching right now. Yeah.
Also, did you get the thingy?
That's in progress.
Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. We go outside and look at the world.
I'll race you to the top of the tree. 3, 2, 1, go.
What the fuck is this shit?
No, I'm kidding. We just have palm trees here. It's pretty hard to climb them.
I can do that.
You can climb a palm tree just straight up.
Yep. All you need is you need like a K9 help, of course, but you need like this strap, or like one of those loading straps that they put over cargo. Yeah, if you have one of those, strap some around your feet, and then you can ascend the tree. It's actually quite easy. The problem is though, once you're up there, you have to deal with whatever lives in that tree, and if you get cut stuff off of it, make sure it doesn't hit you because, well, that's gonna kind of fuck you up. But yeah, you can do it.
Didn't think of that one. What lives inside the tree?
Well, yeah, it's you have to imagine it's basically a tree house, but for insects and various other animals that you can't imagine. Spiders, snakes, all kinds of other weird shit. Lots of fun stuff in there, man.
Okay, I'll race you to the bottom of the tree then.
Lots of fun stuff living in those trees, you know? Can happen.
Dude, when you walk on the path to Stanford, like from the Palo Alto Caltrain station to Stanford, dude, like it's just like tons and tons of palm trees just lined up symmetrically. Yeah. It's super beautiful, like nice weather. There's no trash, like there's zero garbage on the ground at all. It's hard to find garbage on the ground. And you go there, and it's like super meditative and everything. You know, they got like it's like a weird. It's kind of like a weird campus. It's very meditative. It's definitely a bubble, but you know, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind living in Palo Alto just for a little bit. You know, soak in the bubble, and then decompress a little bit, figure something else out. Yeah, it's pretty nice though. The issue with SF is that it's way more dense. There's like way more. I think there's like way more talent density here than there is in Palo Alto, for instance. I might be wrong about that, but there's a lot more people here. But the downside is that the streets are covered in trash, and there's a lot of homeless people depending on where you go. Like the other day, I was coming out of the train station, and I went by Mission Street, right? And Mission Street, little did I know that is like not a street you want to be on at night. So I came back a little late from Stanford, and yeah, it was a little difficult to navigate. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Right. Have you ever climbed a coconut tree by any chance?
What's a coconut tree?
What the really?
Yeah, it's kind of
really? Are you serious? Are you?
kind of half joking. I mean, we don't really ever.
No, I was about to make a joke. You
We
ruined my
kind of
joke.
just think that
It's all the joke anyway.
and they don't exist. That there's some like fairy tale.
You ruined my joke, Elliot. Shut up.
What?
Well, what's the joke? Tell me the joke.
Basically, who was the presidential candidate that was most known for coconut trees?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Who is the what?
Think you get some out of a coconut tree?
Oh, fuck sake, man.
Was it King Julian or a different one?
No,
I swear.
Dude, we have that one sound.
you can't be serious.
Dude, I love King Julian.
No, who do you think? Who was talking about coconut trees?
You were?
Oh my god. Which presidential candidate was talking about coconut trees?
Can't seem to find the answer to this one.
What you're looking at right now is Cuda Brain Rot. It's a new version. I thought it was C. I was wrong. I was so fucking wrong. This is Cuda.
See, I'm stuck on Batch 64, man. I can't go back.
See, I told you, man.
Ben, do you want to help your son?
No, he's on his own here, I think.
Guys, stop. This is cyberbullying. This isn't funny. Which presidential candidate was talking about a coconut tree?
Yeah, which one? There's no.
No, seriously.
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't the 2021.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe I should just guess and check this. I'm not sure what to do.
There's no way.
Wait. Okay. It's got to be Trump, right?
No, dude.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Dude, I'm lost. Can you please help me? This is embarrassing. There's 580 people listening.
This is good, by the way. If like this is a good sign for like anyone who wants to hire someone in tech, because he just does not give a shit about politics. Very good. This is a good sign, actually. No, I'm not gonna lie. Unironically, this is a good sign. No, who said that was Kamala Harris.
Oh,
You probably didn't see that clip. I don't know why she said that. She said a lot of weird things. I mean, I feel like the meme was a bunch of people in those specific positions from that specific side of the political aisle saying a bunch of things that I'm pretty sure they weren't really sure of saying either, but they did. And we
And how are coconut trees involved in this?
I don't know. Ask Kamala Harris. I don't fucking know.
Wait. How do you involve coconut trees in what?
A lot of people on the internet were asking themselves this exact question, and we still haven't found the answer, by the way. She was just saying random shit about, you just think you fell out of a coconut tree and then automatically.
Okay.
I think Kamala's still in that coconut tree.
Perhaps, yeah.
What does that mean? When did you get up into the coconut tree?
No, this is good. This is actually a good sign. This is actually a really good sign that you don't know what this is. Oh, no.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is what?
Look at what one of our listeners has as their profile picture.
Okay. Running back to the office. I'm charging my phone, man.
Alda, can you send me this?
Alright, let's have a look. Whoops. What the fuck is this? Even the name says what the fuck. I have an idea why that is. I have an idea of it, but I'm not gonna say it. What the fuck in a truck? That's so funny. That's a good screen. That's a good name. That's a good name. I will say that is a very good name. That truly is.
Wait, what's the big deal with this, Alda?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Your life is better. Your life is better if you don't know. I know I'm the person who says that sometimes ignorance is not as blissful as it's made out to be, but in this case, that ignorance is just part of something that will help your brain function better. I'm an authoritarian now.
Oh.
Ellie's like, oh.
Wait, so? Oh.
It's like, dude.
Wait. I might actually want to climb a palm. Oh, never mind. Wait.
What do you mean, oh, never mind?
Wait, somebody just sent me a video of somebody climbing up a palm tree and they just, like, bent it so hard that it snapped backwards and shot them up into the sky.
No.
Before, yeah.
Wait, that looks so fun. Oh my god.
Run until you, like, die.
That guy's gonna die, bro. What are you doing? Like, let's test the physical limits of a palm tree. Have fun.
Yeah, and in the South Pacific, people test the physical limits of their skulls because sometimes when they're harvesting coconuts, shit happens. And yeah, there's this one video that I saw on TikTok like a few years ago where a guy was helping his brother try to get a coconut from a tree. And his brother was standing on his shoulders, and the dude was chopping off the coconut, and fucking shit fell right in the dude's head.
My God.
Yeah.
Dude,
They were swearing in an island language, but I understood all the swear words, so I was dying of laughter.
bro, the amount of times people have probably died from fucking coconuts falling on their...
That happens. I believe there's in fact more people dying to coconuts than there are to people than there are to lions in Africa.
Probably. Type shit.
There's a lot of coconuts out this world, man. And if they're a certain height, that's just going to impact your brain.
Yes.
You could say there's no deep learning happening in there anymore. Okay.
Wait, so when a coconut falls on your head in real life, what does it actually sound like?
It doesn't sound like anything, actually. It's just as a thud. I mean, it's a thud-like sound, like anything else. If it hit your head, you know, you ever hit your head against like a support structure of any kind.
So it's not like an ASMR click, it's just a thud? That's boring.
It's more so. Like, if it didn't click, you're fucked.
Like
It's more like a thud, more like a. Followed by a lot of swear words or something else which your insurance company is going to have to deal with. Sounds funny, but trust me, coconuts are a massive enemy. They are dangerous as shit. Excuse me. Oh. Man, I'm so full right now. I've eaten so much.
where did Ella go?
In the dark dimension.
Do you think a coconut fell on his head?
No. Oh, nice. This cocoa ball makes me nervous. Right? They're going to fall 25 feet. Yep, that can do a lot of damage. Somebody sent me a coconut tree. I think this looks like Hawaii. Yeah, it has to be Hawaii because you got the weird black rock there, which is a lava rock because the island is still technically very young. Is that Hawaii? Bradley, is that Hawaii? It looks like Hawaii to me. I wouldn't know. He went out of here. Lol. That's a good one.
25 Nissan Sentras. We have over 150 Sentras in stock. Come in today and walk out with your brand new 2025 Nissan Sentra. Purchase your 2025 Nissan Sentra with 2.9. I have a musket for office defense.
What happened?
What did you do this time?
I didn't do nothing. I'm just in one of the teapot chats. Oh yeah, he said yes. What is that? Kailua Corner. Yeah, yes, Kailua Corner. Thanks, man.
Nice.
Oh, you do it that well. Nice.
I might wake some people up with this.
Oh my god. of which,
We are inside of your walls.
making our way to your room, where we are going to eat your brain and the rest of your organs.
That's pleasant. Good to know. I'll be sure to pack my bags and prepare for that.
I love how it was like the Turbo's snail.
Dude, Turbo is great. I love Turbo.
Oh my god. Even Taylor Lorenz is partying with Marga ahead of the inauguration. Yes, welcome to the right side.
Partying with who?
What the fuck? That?
Our friend found a reconstruction of the build, but it's in Chinese, apparently. It's a video. It's not actually put into text
Fuck.
on that Billy thing. I can ask him to try to like convert some of it into text for us to look at or something.
Oh, hey, hi. Hello. Hi, welcome back to the show. Hi, welcome back to... I'm your host. Nobody. That's right, the show
My
is called...
God.
Wait, is that real? Furries going to Blue Sky? Interesting. Dude, imagine if that's the thing that gets me to post on there. That would be kind of cool. Wow, okay. Eggs. Sugar eggs. And then there's someone splitting a coconut. What the fuck? It's a kitchen knife. What? That is not what it normally looks like, by the way. What the hell is this? What the fuck kind of coconut is this? It has to be like a super young one. What the fuck? The shell is not that soft. Oh yeah, South Pacific. South Pacific nut. Guys.
I'm sending you the link to the thing that he
South
found.
Pacific nut. That's fine. We're like send me a picture of fucking coconut. That's an old one, by the way. That one right there is the old one. If they're like brownish on the outside, they're actually relatively old. At that point, you're gonna eat the inside of it. It's gonna be nicer, thicker. When you get the younger ones, the inside is like a jelly, right? There's like water in it, but you gotta get it you can't get it like on the medium between it getting old and it just being fresh, because that shit's gonna taste disgusting. You have to get it at the fresh part. And then the flesh of a coconut is going to be very jelly-like and relatively sweetish. It actually tastes very nice. It doesn't taste that sweet at all, but it tastes very good. A lot of people are familiar with coconuts who, like they're familiar with them in their state where they're super matured, where like the husk is already brown, and then you have to strip the husk from it using like a spear-like device, and then you take the coconut itself and you're actually able to split it. I think you have to like hit it you have to hit it right at the middle there. It's very nice. And then you just eat it out. It's like very very thick flesh. But that's only for the mature one. The non-mature ones, you scoop it out and it's like a jelly.
I should have been recording that one for the soundboard.
Everything's recorded here. This room has always been recorded by many a people. It's actually funny, I make this space unrecorded, but technically speaking, all of it is recorded, so it's like, bruh.
how's it going?
Yeah, I got a call. I had to pick that up.
How dare you ditch the homies?
I was like, did a coconut fall out his head?
Yeah.
Did he get a real ambitious and try to climb a coconut tree?
Yes. Brother. Yes, brother. Yes, we're good at this, brother. Is the brown coconut bigger than a white coconut? No, it's still the same size coconut. There's no white.
Dude, every time we talk, I always hear like Siraj unmute his mic and then he mutes it again because we're talking over him. Let him speak.
What? Is he actually saying something?
He unmuted multiple times. No, he was unmuting. I think he's gonna say something.
Siraj, do you want to say something?
Yeah, Auto, do you want to discuss about NixOS if others also want to hear about it?
And do you guys want to hear about it?
I'm not sure. This conversation is
I don't
extremely
know what it is.
NixOS? Oh man.
but sure.
So Zach knows about NixOS more than I do. I have no experience with NixOS. Zach, do you wanna?
What should I say?
Everything that you know about NixOS.
Does this guy have an X account by any chance?
Do you have an X account?
No.
No, but I think he's on
Yeah,
Mastodon,
X
right?
account. Yeah, you have an X account.
Why are you on Mastodon?
Yeah.
Mastodon is like a echo chamber site, man.
I don't have any social media.
Okay.
You don't have any at all?
No.
Do you wish to stay off of social media entirely for your own personal sake?
Yeah.
Alright, understandable.
I might start a blog at some point.
Wait, Siraj, by no social media, what do you mean? Like, which social media do you, like, what, do you use X, Discord, like, what else?
I mean, like sometimes I am in a situation where I need to talk with someone and they use Discord or whatever, I'll talk with them. But I prefer not to use it if I don't have to.
Right.
Are you hiding from someone? Sorry. So I'm very blunt.
No.
So from what I understand, Zach is sort of an open source maxi, so he tries to use all, only open source softwares, for example. He's very much active on Signal, for example. Yeah. Sorry, Zach. Go on.
I would recommend you get an X account because X is one of the most powerful networking tools on the planet. Without it, you're not going to reach as many people as you could. Like, if you want to maximize impact, you have to come to X. That's like one of the only social media platforms. It doesn't feel like social media as it traditionally does. It feels more so like social PvP when it comes to ideas. The only thing that truly is open source is parts of the algorithm, sometimes one of the lesser versions of the AI that's running here, and the ideas that you can steal from someone else. Memes, after all.
Maybe, but I also don't have a super strong desire to make such an impact. Maybe I'd rather make an impact with someone in person.
Okay.
Sure.
Fair enough.
All I'm saying is you're missing out.
Yeah. I guess you like NixOS. I'm kind of struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about NixOS?
What do you think about security perspective for NixOS from a security perspective?
So I should say my main focus is not security. So people smarter than me can talk about that. But from a security perspective, because NixOS is declarative and you basically know the state of everything on your machine, I think that in and of itself adds significantly to security because you don't have random bloat that's installed that you forgot you installed. So you can very easily minimize your system and just know exactly what's running and be able to provide a reason why everything is installed. So I think that's very helpful from a security perspective.
It's atomic too, right?
You can install. You can use a command nix-env to install programs imperatively, like on a standard distro. So, but that's not best practice. If you follow best practices, yes, it's atomic, but you don't. There are ways to get around it.
Yeah, but you're not going to if you.
Yeah.
I think nix.env is depreciated though, right? Mostly. Like, it's not recommended to use it that way.
Yeah, it's not recommended.
Yeah.
And if you use impermanence, then even if you use nix-env, the changes you make are just not going to survive a reboot anyway.
You always talk about that one file and everything is there. You want to say something about that?
.nix files, yeah. The configuration.nix.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy that I can back up the entire state of my system in a couple kilobytes with just my flake.nix and whatever various things I import into that. It's so, I don't know, I feel like I'll never lose. When I switch to new hardware on a traditional distro, there's always such a pain of having to abandon all my perfect configurations that I made. But with NixOS, I really don't have that issue because I can just copy over the entire configuration.nix and Home Manager if I'm using Home Manager, and then it's basically the same setup but on a whole new device.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think these are particularly uncommon NixOS opinions.
Zach also happens to be a Graphene OS user, if someone is curious.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I have a Pixel 6a. Yeah, I mean, I started with Calyx OS arbitrarily.
Oh, yeah.
And then I switched to Graphene OS, and I just stuck with it. So
I started with Lineage OS. Do you remember that?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I had a Pixel 3a, and I wanted to install Ubuntu Touch on it, and for whatever reason that wasn't working. And that wasn't working, so I had to install Lineage OS first, and somehow that did something with the bootloader that allowed me to later install Ubuntu. That was basically my only real experience with Lineage OS, just like a very temporary thing.
I see.
Ubuntu is great. I love Ubuntu.
Fuck you.
Who is that?
That was Elliot.
That was me. Loud and proud.
Me? He just triggered me as Suraj.
Okay, so here's the thing. I just recently tested Ubuntu for a few weeks for making a hardening guide, right? I absolutely, almost passionately hate snaps. I mean, there is actually no use case for snaps. Not from a security POV, even from a convenience POV. Snaps is just, it's just so shit. I don't know why would anyone use snaps?
Snaps? Like snap install? Or
Yeah.
I think we're talking about Ubuntu Touch.
Oh, Ubuntu Touch. Oh, okay.
No, but Elliot just randomly said I love Ubuntu.
Okay. You have to keep in mind. Rant about both. You have to keep in mind. I do a lot of deep learning stuff, right? So I just need the thing to bloody work. I need it to be the same OS, the same headless server as what I'm interacting with in a compute instance, right? That's all I care about. I can paste in my bash RC stuff and it just works. I just paste in like the CUDA path stuff and it just goes, right? That's all I need. I need NVCC -- version and NVIDIA SMI to work, and we're in business, right? So first, it doesn't really make sense for someone like me to learn NixOS. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. NixOS is really quite the learning curve. Yeah, I feel like NixOS is probably not the last distro that is in this kind of one file describes the entire system kind of thing. I feel like in the future there may be more, and those future distros may be easier to use, where your average person doesn't have to spend a whole week learning how to use Nix just in order to do basic things.
I think it's more the Nix package manager. That's the good thing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to use a Nix package manager on NixOS. So you can get basically all the benefits of the Nix package manager even when you're on Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Wait, so how do I install the Nix package manager?
You go on the website, go on the NixOS website, and let you add it to your distro.
NixOS. NixOS.org. Download.
By the way, it might fuck up your system if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay, then we will not do that.
I don't know, I've never had it mess up my system.
Yeah, well, I've heard Outa talk a lot about how hard NixOS is to learn and how easy it is to break shit, so I'll just trust that.
No, I didn't say it was easy to break. No, that's not what I said.
Oh, no, that was Arch Linux, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we had our fair share of Arch Linux. That phase is over.
Well, NixOS is extremely difficult to learn, but the Nix package manager itself is quite easy to use if you just use it as a command line tool. You just install it, you run a basic install script that is on their website, and then now you get a new command in your terminal. You can just do nix space shell Nix packages then Nix packages whatever it's called, pound, and then the name of the package you want to run, and it'll just run it. And it'll make a new shell with that package installed. Or you can do nix-shell-p, and then the name of the package you want. And then now you just have that package just magically installed. Is you just run one simple command to install basically any package. And then you type exit, and you exit that shell, and it's like you never installed it in the first place. So
does it combine what I get from Flatpak, Snap, and Aptitude?
It's kind of like Flatpak and Snap in that it doesn't really depend on your system's native dependencies, in that it comes with its own dependencies. You don't have to worry about what's installed. If you want to use it like apt, like the Debian package manager, there are ways to permanently install stuff, but that requires a little more advanced knowledge. Like using something like Home Manager, you can permanently install stuff. Or nix-env, which again is not best practice. So I would say maybe the Nix command line tool on a non-NixOS distro don't think of it as permanently installing packages. Just think of it as a way to easily test stuff. That's what it's for a very beginner. That's what it's very good for. Later on, you can permanently install stuff when you get a little more skilled, but in the beginning, it's very good for testing primarily.
Cool. In that case, I'll just stick with my sudo apt install.
Yeah.
We got tech geeks that are completely different in every way.
Dude, I have all of these commands alias. Like when I start up my Linux machine, I literally go sup, just like sup, and it does sudo apt update, apt upgrade -y, auto remove, and it just completely refreshes. It takes like 3 seconds because CPU is fast and everything. Updates everything for me, and then we go sai, and then package sai neovim.
We got the Windows normie, Jordan. We got
Windows? No. We don't do that here.
Yeah, we got the Windows normie here, Jordan. We got the security.
Dude, have you seen some of these stupidly long Windows commands? Dude, that stuff absolutely hurts my brain.
Let me finish my sentence. We got the AI slop master. We got Ellis Elliott.
Jesus Christ.
We got the Windows Normie. That's Jordan. We got the security Maxi. That's Suraj. And then what was your friend's name, Suraj?
Zach.
Zach, yes. We got Zach, the NixOS Maxi, and we got me, the generalist.
And then what's Blythe and Adrian?
I mean, I have both dual booted, so I don't know what that makes me.
Blythe is the Linux mint chillin', and Adrian is the 20 CPS mouse spammer on Diablo.
Yes. I'm not even gonna fucking deny that shit.
Dude,
How's it going?
your clicks are literally louder than your voice on streams.
Hey, that's part of the ambiance, bro.
By the way, Zach, do you want to join the Signal chat?
Maybe. I mean, I don't check Signal very often,
Right.
but yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, we have that group separate, but we're gonna have to. I mean,
No, I was talking about the security chat.
oh, you want to make a specific thing? Oh, okay.
No, we already have a security chat.
Oh, we do? Why did you make
Yeah.
one?
Well, I mean, you weren't interested in it, so I didn't add you to it.
Bro, add me to it.
Alright, fine.
When did I say I was not interested in?
On a call.
It depends on what time it was in, but it was like, if it was before a stream, then I'm focusing on what's about to happen next, yeah.
Alright, fine.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll add you to it.
I got your
I
dual,
mean,
by
if
the way,
it's
Adrian.
if it's a big popular group chat, I'm almost
No.
certainly gonna
No,
mute it.
It's like 4 people.
Yeah, it's a super fucking popular group chat. Literally everybody's there. We got like hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay.
Yes, Suraj, do you want to add him?
Yeah, I can add him right away. 1 second.
I can't promise that I'll be super active, but
Alright.
I'll look at it every once in a while.
I need you to teach me next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a dark magic.
You guys
excited for
kind
tomorrow?
of dark magic, if you will.
What kind of dark are we talking about?
If you know, you know.
Alright, that's acceptable.
Tomorrow's going to be nuts.
What the fuck
Yes, it is.
sending me?
Like, have you seen all the executive orders that they're pushing? That Trump
Oh,
is
yeah.
pushing?
Yes.
Like, so mass deportations, that's a big one. It starts in Chicago. That's day one. Banning
I think-
DACA,
I
that's
think
already
they
been
said-
passed.
I think they said that they're gonna avoid a mass deportation from Chicago because they got leaked. So it's not a good plan. Yeah, because of the fact that it got leaked, it's not a good plan anymore, apparently. So they're gonna abandon that.
And then there's banning gender ideology all across the board. No more two genders, no more putting X on your passport, no more changing your birth certificate, no more men in women's prisons, no more, gender ideology departments, no more preferred pronouns in emails. All of that's banned in the federal government. I'm sure if you're a private corporation, you can do it if you want to. But I'm pretty sure what that means also is that if you are a private company and you have a contract with the government, they might cut off the contract if you force this on your employees. So that's a huge thing. Massive. It's not the only thing, though. I mean, I've been looking at all the stuff they're doing, and with that, just a one gender ideology thing, and that's crazy. There's just so much stuff in there. All right, I go over it, and it says here, the executive order establishes government-wide the biological reality of two sexes and clearly defines male and female. All radical gender ideology guidance, communication, policies, and forms are removed. So that's a huge change. Agencies will cease pretending that men can be women and that women can be men when enforcing the laws that protect against sex discrimination. woman, quote unquote, means adult human female. And the executive order directs the government identification such as passports and personnel records to reflect biological reality and not self-assessed gender identity. The EO ends the practice of housing men in women's prisons and taxpayer-funded transition for male prisoners. The EO ends the forced recitation of preferred pronouns and protects Americans' First Amendment and statutory rights to recognize the biological and binary nature of sex, and this includes the protection in the workplace and in federally funded entities like schools. That's huge. And that's just a one bill. I mean, we're not even like opening up the treasure chest of all the other EOs they're passing. You know, they're probably going to include a lot of like leases for oil. So that's huge, massive. They might even reopen Keystone XL. That'd be really awesome. I mean, oil industry is definitely happy, and they should be. The oil and gas industry. I mean, I'm all for it. You know, cheaper energy is fantastic across the board. Doesn't matter which country you are. I think that is a very positive step forward. We cannot be shutting down oil exploration. That is fucking dumb, and it's going to cripple us as a species. So, really good stuff. A lot of things coming.
Yeah, and I'm on the other side of that Keystone in Alberta, so we fully support that here in Canada, obviously, but I think for the North American region, we have some of the cleanest oil, so we have to stop importing dirty oil.
Yeah, there's no point in it. I mean, it's expensive, first of all, to import from elsewhere. So, and also you're empowering people like Maduro when you import their gas. Why do that? That's so stupid. Fucking Biden.
But I mean, on the same note, I mean, green energy and better energy, whether that's nuclear or solar or whatever it is great too, right?
Yep, that's right. Fantastic stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we're looking at not just a better America, but a better future for everyone, I think. Trump is creating a realignment in South America. We've seen that in Malay. We're seeing a realignment in Europe with the Germans, AfD. Italy obviously has already done that, all following Orban's model, and it's a pretty good one. I don't see any downside. I just see a lot of people counter-signaling from both the establishment left, the establishment right, and the far right. All fucking things. The far crazy Groiper right, to the ones that love Adolf Hitler. Those guys. They're not too pleased with some of the changes being made. They're just going to be irrelevant when they have nothing to fight against. They're not too happy about their grift being taken away. Meanwhile, those of us who want to create a better world, this is phenomenal. Trump is good.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear people talking about how Trump is like on the right, but I really see him as being center.
Me too. Yeah.
He's really disturbed the Republican Party in a lot of ways, and that he's brought them from, I guess, right leaning to the middle. So I see it as a good thing, and it's almost transformed it into a new political party. So,
yep. And bit by bit, we're either turning people on the right into becoming on the center, and people on the far right are just becoming irrelevant. It's great. You see them flailing. You see them being upset online, counter-signaling Trump while pretending to support him. It's almost pathetic. Their idea of Adrian, what are you up to?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Sorry, I meant to chime in earlier. Windows is great, just by the way. notifications pretty much instantly on the Trump coin and on the Melania coin, so I'm not gonna say anything besides like make America rich again. That's it.
You got it at $7, didn't you?
I'm lower than that, way lower than that.
Son of a bitch. Nice.
Way lower than that. Trump in 97 cents on Melania. I just happened to be at a developer's house when I was babysitting his two kids while he was like working on a network stack. For me, and a snowstorm happened to come, so I ended up staying there last night, and lo and behold, like that dropped like right then and there while I was there, and he has miners and nodes there too, and I was like, bro, like let me borrow your validator real quick, and he's like, dude, you're valid, like you disconnect. I was like, bet, and I just literally went in immediately. Bro, I moved a lot. I told you something. Like I did say, like I was in a space with for the roundtable with like Mario and shit, and I did tell him, I said, if I see BTC at like 102 to 105 after the NFL game finishes on Sunday night, like I already know what's coming tomorrow. So that's like, I don't have to say anything. And like, every play that I called from like Thursday to Sunday just exactly happened as 2.6 billion market cap point. I transferred 5 Solana from Binance, and it left Binance with no problem, obviously. And when it got to Phantom, SoulScan picked it up.
Yeah.
Phantom didn't, and then Phantom crashed completely. And Jupiter,
Phantom tax, am I right?
yeah, exactly. And then Jupiter and Jupiter and Meteora and Radium had no call. It said that they all had zero market cap in their liquidity pools in full.
So
I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on?
$800,000, and he actually posted the transfer.
Yeah, it's bad.
Where does that money go? Does it just disappear when that happens?
It burns.
Fuck.
So for Solana, I don't know how long their burn time is, but I think it's every 32 days. So every first of the month or second of the month, they burn all of the fees that are gone. So they'll burn 7,000 Solana. That all bad transactions, 0.0001s, all that should just burn straight away.
Well, I guess that's a nice deflationary policy that they've got going.
I mean, Solana's so cheap that your gas fees and shit is fine, but if somebody loses 800K, that's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah.
This is why when you transfer that amount, you set your slippage, you set your gas as high with the prio as possible, because if you're transferring 800,000, you can afford to lose $100, bro. To transfer something, you can afford that, so you have to do it. If it's $20, yeah, I get it, bro, don't, you know what I mean? Don't front run your gas on that. But 800K, for you to burn like that, first off, you shouldn't be sending 800K in one transaction. First off, unless it's
multiple, check it first, right? I mean, just send $500 first and see, okay, did this go through? Oh yeah, went through. Okay, now you can send a larger amount.
And you already knew that Trump was already having transaction problems yesterday, and you knew that if something like this came out again, this was going to happen again. But
I just raw dogged it. I sent the entire thing in one transaction.
I mean, realistically, I do too, but only because bro, I have miners and nodes in my house. Even if I try and send something and transact, it's just going to end up back on a wallet on a miner if I fail the transaction. It's just going to suck to have to make the transaction back out of that wallet, but I know the money's still there. But
it's the gas up front. Yeah.
Exactly. It's already being paid. It's just fine. It doesn't matter. But for people like that, hell no, bro. Rule number 1 of crypto is don't transfer what you're not comfortable losing unless you're transferring to yourself. Even when I transfer to myself and it's a big amount, I'll send myself 100, then I'll send the big amount right behind it. That's fine. But 800K, just because what you wanted to ape in, come on, bro. We kind of know, that just doesn't, that's not even smart crypto trading in general.
And all of your money, too. That was all of his money.
Yeah, $800,000 worth, yeah. Jeez.
Chris Stanley just said, would it be better to inject Vine videos into this? I said yes, and Elon just replied to that and said yes.
Cool. They just can't be fucking 6 seconds long. I don't like those.
6.9 seconds long.
Yeah, they don't add any value. We need longer videos. 6 seconds, I understand why the limit was 6 seconds back then. They didn't really have the bandwidth. But now, I mean, data's so cheap.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how you roll that in, and you allow it. Because I know what you're going to say. Okay, we don't allow it, but then we're going to say, okay, fine, allow it. But here's your restriction. It can't go to, remember how I said it has to be a specific algorithm? That has to, anything under a certain amount must stay in that. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, because you don't want to see 6 seconds on your For You timeline. That would really suck. I mean, imagine the amount of spam 6-second videos. Christ.
That takes away from Tucker Carlson's takes away from original content.
It does, yeah.
So you take that and you force it where it can only be in that video tab. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be smart. That would work.
Yep. It would work, yeah.
And you might, and on top of that, based on like, the only thing that I don't like about that idea is that now I don't want like, if you hit trending in any sort of way, whether it's small mixer, big mixer, whatever the case might be, in the algorithm, I don't want it to turn into the way that you gain on TikTok, because that stops, like, it makes X work a different way.
Yeah.
Because somebody that has 1 million on TikTok in terms of followers or whatever their videos may or may not be, that doesn't convert like 1 million does on Twitter or on X or on like any sort of actual, like, if you have 1 million subscribers to your newsletter on Medium, that's going to convert way harder than 1 million on TikTok no matter what.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want the conversion rates to go down because people's attention spans have slimmed.
Right now, the conversion rate on X is really shitty, you know? If you look at most people's analytics, if they show it to you, you'll see that their engagement is like 2.5 to 5%. It's so low.
I think that also has to do with, so the problem with X in general is how this is a two-piece and it's a theory, so hear me out. And you're gonna tell me that I'm onto something because I kind of already like figured it out by like just reading code. So your explore on your right of your main page, like if you like not on your phone. If you're on your phone, it's different. If anybody's looking, it's similar but different. On the right, it says explore beta, right? Yep. So that beta is actually Grok. And that's Grok 3, just so you know. That's Grok 3. That's been there for a long time, but that's Grok 3 learning from what you post, what you engage with.
Yeah.
Which is how when you go to Grok and you ask it, draw me, or draw something about me, it understands from your post, and you're like, wait, why does it have that in there? Or why am I sitting next to this person in Grok? It's because it sees that you posted a lot about this, so it learns from that grouping, right?
Yeah.
That grouping forced, like, when they wanted Grok to learn at such a high rate, and the way to get it to learn at a high rate is to get it to learn videos, to learn content, to learn pictures, to learn all of it combined, words, all of it. And they kept telling everybody to feed media, right?
Yeah.
Now when you go to like sports teams and stuff, like on their team pages, like the NFL or the NHL, go look at their engagement. Now they're getting like 1,000 likes, 100 retweets, no replies. It's stopping people from actually engaging with the content because there's too much like media.
Yeah.
When there's
I
text
asked
only,
Grok to draw me, and it drew me with a background that is the U.S. Capitol. Probably because I've been tweeting a lot about politics the past few days.
That's what I'm saying.
It showed me Dubai, right? Because I was posting so much about Dubai, it had Dubai in the background. Now it's got the fucking U.S. Capitol in the background. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of people don't know, but Grok 3's been here a lot longer than a lot of people know, and I know that only because like certain pieces you can tell when they're like, hey, this just came out.
Is it an actual image of you?
No, it's like a rendering, like it's an approximation of me. It's not me per se. No, like
right.
it can't get my face right because there's not enough people in the world who look like me. So
it takes your default picture. It takes your default picture and tries to draw a close enough rendering to what it thinks it can do.
Yeah, because
as it goes on, it refines it though.
When I just asked it to draw me,
sunglasses.
when I asked it to draw me, it drew a picture of my profile picture in like human form.
Yeah, but it will. But here's the thing: it will also. So if you ask it to draw you now, then like it'll save the history, right? Click back on the history in a week and ask it to redraw you again, and it will be refined by at least 10 to 20%. Like it is very, very effective at learning. Like after you tell it to do something.
Right back.
Like, if you, like, for example, if I go back and, so me, Ian, and Mario were on a space that had like, I was like 27,000 people in it, like last week. And right after we got in that space had like 10,000 replies. It was a crazy space. It was massive. There's so many replies going through it. Right after that space was done, I clicked on like XAI on my profile, and it knew that me, Ian, and Mario were inside of that space. We were talking in that space. It quoted the space and put like big people that came by that replied on it. It put them as the like citations to like why Grok thinks this way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is very refined from what it was originally. Like, that is insanely good. Which is great. Like, the next phase of what Grok is going to be is gonna probably change this in so many different ways. I would say in a good way and a bad way, though. That's the thing.
As long as the good outweighs the bad. So.
The good. I will say that I will personally say that the good for Grok in terms of like, let's say tomorrow an average 21-year-old decided to want to be a journalist, like, he could do it for free and still be able to produce at the same level as somebody that has more experience than them. I will say that, like, this Grok can do that.
I guess we'll see.
I mean, they said February, like late January, February, Grok 3 should be here. But
exciting.
But from what I've seen, just in the improvements that they've made, like just with Grok.com and like certain small different things, like if you try and like the file drop is almost available now. Like if you go to Grok.com and take a picture and try and drag and drop it on there, it's like they're getting ready to like, so you can just like do the reverse Google image search and stuff like that. Like the basic of the basics that you could do on Google that like we took for granted for years. Like, imagine it just being able to analyze it and then be like, hey, somebody already posted this on X, like, go look at it, and you can just literally click one click right to that post. Like, that's on it's an encyclopedia of infinite knowledge at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for spreadsheet support, stuff like that, for a lot of the work I do, just to manipulate data, but that's the one thing ChatGPT has that doesn't right now.
I think that a lot of those, like Elon always said, right? Like we make impossible like happen late. You know what I mean? Give it some time, and it's like same thing like Apple, like right? Like Samsung has every feature that every iPhone's had years prior, but the difference is Apple just refines it and makes it great just 3 years later. I would say Grok might be a little bit behind now, but I would say by like Grok 4 will probably beat out Sora. Like it will beat out everything in OpenAI by miles at that point. Like I'd
like to believe the same thing, absolutely, and I think that's true if they're on the current trajectory. But they'll just be a little bit behind for a little bit, and hopefully surpass.
I would assume that they'll surpass it sooner than we think. But you know, we all know how this game goes, right?
How does this game go for someone who's new?
For somebody that's new, I mean, you only leak like a little bit of what you got. You don't always play your whole hand, and then you say, you know, you bet. You know, I bet you 200, and if he folds, he folds. If he doubles down, like saying if OpenAI decides to double down and say, hey, you know what, we got Sora 2, and guess what, Sora 2 is free. I mean, okay.
Not gonna lie.
They're gonna fail. I don't see them beating DeepMind. There's no way.
Sora right now is pretty ass.
Yeah, but
Sora is an absolute piece of shit. It's worse than Runway, which is ironic, if anything.
But that's the thing, is that, like, did they play their whole hand? I don't think so.
I think they.
I kind of feel like they did. Look at this. Look at it this way. They've lost practically all of their core talents, right? Many of the researchers just all gone.
And they're not
they're almost finished.
They're not leading in a single one of the AI fields.
Yep.
When it comes to text generation, Claude is beating them by a long shot. When it comes to image generation, Midjourney is beating them. And when it comes to video generation right now, Google's beating them.
Hell, ever since the Grok image generation came out, their DALL-E has been completely cooked, because the problem with Midjourney is the text introduction, right? So this is something that DALL-E was always very good at, is actually containing text in whichever format you wanted. So in the case of Grok, that was the only thing that it could really do very well, is like actually blend the text in with the visuals. Of course, the visuals are very realistic, and you can generate images of celebrities, whereas with DALL-E, it would prevent you from doing it. So they're cooked on every front. And it makes sense, because the pioneer, the system, is not the one that always survives. Look at all the internet companies and what came before them. So I think that OpenAI itself, especially given Osama's stance and the drive for for-profit, I don't see this being long-term, and might fall, or they'd have to merge with another company, effectively having that company, OpenAI, be sold out.
Apple would be the one to buy it.
Yes, Apple would make sense, but
I highly doubt it.
They would be the only one that
Microsoft will acquire them wholesale, because Microsoft AI is something that they need to do. Apple is not.
Copilot's already there for Microsoft. The only reason why I say Apple would acquire it is because Apple Intelligence is actually like so bad, and it requires OpenAI so heavily.
That's the point. So the acquisition by Apple would make sense technically, but it doesn't make sense logistically. All of the stuff is already at.
It doesn't make sense for Apple, because it goes against everything they've been building.
Yeah. And even if they wanted to break the rules against what they've been building, it doesn't seem as something that is logical. I think if anyone's going to acquire them, it's the
But that's the thing, dude. But you guys are commenting on a phone and a system that you guys both don't have. I'm literally using it as.
I have an iPhone.
Do you have a 16 Pro Max?
I have a 16 Pro.
Whether or not we use the operating system means nothing.
I'm saying so when you highlight over stuff, and you actually use the actual paragraph to actually dial back in to use Apple Intelligence. When you go and tap it, what are you actually using? Are you using the Apple Intelligence or using OpenAI?
You're using OpenAI. Apple Intelligence is just a skin. It's just a wrapper that does the.
No, there's hold on. No, there's an on-device.
Yeah, see.
Hold on, there's an on-device Apple Intelligence that's much smaller.
And then there's a ChatGPT extension that goes inside of the Apple Intelligence.
Yes. But the on-device Apple Intelligence is so shit. Every time I've used it, it's done such a bad job that I've just completely stopped using Apple Intelligence.
Yeah, well, what's crazy is if you download Grok, you can actually switch it and use Grok as your extension for that. You can just swap it. Go to your settings and swap it.
Apple Intelligence. I'm gonna do Apple Intelligence.
No, you have to go to settings, accessibility, and then swap it, and make sure your Grok accessibility.
Okay, accessibility.
And then in there, type in change GPT, and it should allow you to under one of the settings that are on there. Make sure you might have to have the developer for Apple, but it allows you to change it, even your action buttons, all of that. All of mine has Grok on it, not ChatGPT or Apple Intelligence.
Right.
There's no need for it.
I don't have developers, so it's probably not showing it to me.
Just click, just install the developer. It's like there's no problems with it, bro.
Okay.
But that when like, I will say this, I didn't think that they were gonna do the standalone app for Grok this fast, but if you have like,
I'm glad they.
yeah, your action button on the left side, like where the silent button is on your iPhone.
Yeah.
I switched that from the silent because I mean my phone's always on silent anyways. But when I swapped that to Grok, and if you have that plus X opened, bro, like the way you can post and get things off, bro, less than a second. Like it's fast, like really fast.
Wait, so just taking a step back, I'm not too fast. So, like, tell me again how I'm supposed to find Grok in this Apple Intelligence thing. I'm on Apple Intelligence tab.
You're not supposed to find it in the Apple Intelligence app. What he's saying is he has the Grok app downloaded and has a button set up for the app to launch this app that you've downloaded, which is the Grok app, the XAI's Grok app.
Okay, so there we go. Okay, I searched for the exact same. It's opening Grok now. Okay.
And then what you do is when you go back. Then when you go back and like you highlight over stuff like to like when you hover or like hover type and stuff, and it does like the actual Apple Intelligence stuff, it'll start picking up that you want to use Grok, and instead of like using ChatGPT when you highlight text, it'll just convert it with Grok, and it's way more accurate. Like I would say about 70% more accurate than what ChatGPT was doing.
Yeah. ChatGPT.
I'll send you a video of my settings so you can see.
ChatGPT is getting cooked. But what I'm saying is that OpenAI doesn't make sense for Apple to acquire because Apple has no idea.
Hey Jordan, can you send me a video of that too? I want to figure out how to set this thing up.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
OpenAI has no. There's no indication that OpenAI is going to beat the other players, and I don't think Apple.
Anyone, yeah.
I don't think Apple would make an acquisition that they think they could potentially lose.
I would.
And it's by far the most expensive company. All it's got, it's the name. Right? It's the fact that the turbo normies, all they know is ChatGPT. You talk to them about Grok, you talk to them about Claude, they don't know shit. But that's all that OpenAI has going for it, just name recognition.
It's absolutely crackhead mainstream. That's effectively what it has become. It's in everything. Yeah, and it's so stupid that some people even mispronounce it, yet everybody gets what the point is. The ChatGPT has been so synonymous with doing things in terms of data analysis and search that it basically is more popular now, I'd even say, than Googling it. When is the last time you've heard somebody say Google it? It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't used Google for a while.
I never thought I'd live in this time. I never thought that Google would be dethroned.
Last time I used Google was like 2016, 2015.
So I do use it quite a lot, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck kind of bubble do you live in?
What do you mean?
Do you have like no Google account or anything? Android Studio?
I do have a Google account, but like it's just for YouTube, and it's not.
I will say this.
Not a Gmail.
I did ask for one more thing. I asked for Grok. For Grok widgets on your home screens.
Yeah, so Jordan and I have both an Android and an iPhone.
No, yeah, I was just saying in general. I asked for that in particular.
So just quickly, I thought of adding a point here. I echo with what Ota says, because Apple Intelligence is actually way more private than anything else. And I have personally read the whole thing about the private cloud compute. That's one of the best way of using AIs when it comes to cloud. But the privacy violation happens from the time they have added ChatGPT. And from what I understand, I don't think Apple will acquire OpenAI. The reason being Apple is more privacy focused than OpenAI. The reason I feel Apple sort of added this extension is because I think, as you said, they have a lot of users and they have a lot of traction just for the name. I don't think they are really as good in terms of quality. I mean, if we just compare GPT-4o and Claude Sonnet 3.5, right? There is literally no comparison.
I would also argue the one other reason why they did include that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Siraj, because I'm this one thing I'm not really too familiar on in terms of capacity, but I don't think Apple actually has a large language training model that can suffice for the amount of users that actually use it on a daily basis on an iPhone. Like, realistically, I don't think Apple has that capacity to do that amount of like data back to them at this point. Google can do it, Microsoft can do it,
Facebook can do it.
Facebook could do it, yeah, exactly. Tesla could do it, obviously Grok could do it. I just don't think Apple really has that infrastructure. That's why they did it.
Apple is a lot more, it's not as risk-taking, right? So
they're not ambitious. They're not an ambitious company like how other people are like, oh, we're going all in on
no,
this.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, right? So whereas Facebook and AI and Claude are literally willing to take copyrighted material and say, fuck it, let's just feed all of it in to our AI models. Let's just take all of all the YouTube videos and train it on that. All of those companies are willing to do that. I don't think Apple would be willing to do that in the same way. I don't think Apple would be willing to take copyrighted material and train their AI models on it.
Well, the U.S. has a weird law where if it's public information on any public website or any public forum, it's technically public information. So if they want to feed that data that's public, whether it's they could take a whole Harry Potter book and feed it into the large language model. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying that even if that's true, I don't see Apple doing that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But I agree with you. But I also say Apple's not. This is the most ambitious Apple has been now in probably about 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Like with the Vision Pro and stuff like that, 10 years ago, Apple would never take a risk like that.
Yeah, but they also killed their car.
I mean, that wasn't gonna
No, cars are the original risk for every tech company in that specific period because everybody wanted something. Even Google, it was a huge thing. Everybody wants to have that kind of AI. I think that's super cool. Now that shit's dead. Google's not coming back out of that.
Google still has their cars just on their campus.
Yeah, that shit's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but Apple spent billions of dollars on its cars. And they didn't.
Oh yeah, they invested with Sony and Honda and a lot of other people, and that money,
it all got flushed down the drain. Yes.
Yeah, they just pretty much drove the car into the Pacific Ocean. Probably caused the California wildfires, to be fair.
So Jordan, I just wanted to address the copyrights thing. I did take a class on cyber law, but I don't think I know as much as Lawyer Cat. But there is a section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. We cannot take all the publicly available information. As a matter of fact, even if you do a Google search or something, and if you go to the images tab, they will say that this is you cannot take this, and you have to see the copyrights policy of the author or something like that. So this is the best of my knowledge, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. That's one you would literally have to talk to. There's because I can tell you this. For example, anything that's from a government office. For example, let's say you got arrested. That's public information, right?